All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Scheme Kings. Now, today I just want to do a quick video, basically going over a lineup update and especially an ability update for the Georgia Bulldogs match defense. Now, I'm gonna actually move my screen here. Now, the Georgia Bulldogs defense was put out most like at the start of October into November, and if you're a MUT player, there wasn't a ton of abilities that you could get for a little bit of AP, right? Like there's very few. I maybe ran 2 or 3 abilities on my whole defense. Now we're getting to the point in MUT where, you know, abilities are becoming a massive part of the game again. Usually after about Christmas, they just really start to explode in how many are available and how many you really should be using if you want to compete at the best you can. So right here, you can see what my lineup looks like. Now, this is basically the same lineup I'm going to be using for the new defense that is going to be starting to drop next week. So, you know, the personnel between the two defenses are honestly going to be very similar in the abilities. Basically, it's just what you can afford and kind of which players you grab will dictate how many of the abilities you can use. But I'm going to show you guys which abilities I recommend on what players. So on our back 4 players, we'll go in and look at the breakdown, but I either have deep zone or deep zone out KO. Now, I have a video going up live on YouTube today. You can check it out right now, watch it after this video, where I break down really in depth deep zone KO. And I also give you guys just some more tips on how to play match coverage at a really high level. So definitely I would go check that out. But I really go over that on our back 4 players, we either want deep zone KO, which works all over the field, or deep zone out KO, which works all over the field outside except in between the hashes. So there's only like a 10-yard box wide that it doesn't activate. So I recommend that. And basically what it is any throw 20+ yards down the field, your DB will meet the receiver if he meets a receiver at the catch point, he will get like a knockout basically automatically. So it's massive for people who want to throw the ball down the field. You are just going to get so many more knockouts. So I have that on my 2 corners and my 2 safeties. Now we can go into the abilities here. This is a breakdown of what I have. So deep zone KO I have on both of my safeties because that works in the middle of the field as well, in between the hashes. And then on my 2 corners, I'm playing Pacheco at corner and Darius Slay. We have the deep out zone KO, and that's just going to be outside the hashes. Now, there's the other ability that I think is a must use for this scheme and the scheme I'm releasing, guys. Like I said, brand new defensive scheme will start dropping on Wednesday or Thursday this week. I've been working on this for like 3 weeks. It is really fun, really good. Different style than the match. It's going to be much more blitz heavy. We're going to be bringing heat, and it's going to be based around the Ravens. That's all I'll kind of say. A few different eras of Ravens football and Harbaugh's and stuff like that. But Lurk Artist. So Lurk Artist you can get on a ton of linebackers for 0 AP. So I have it on Bullock and Ray Lewis, and they're playing for me a ton. A lot of the time I'll play these guys instead of safeties. If you can get, I also have it on Terrell Suggs. So if you can get Lurk Artist, if you're playing in 3-4, you know, your back 2 linebackers for sure who are going to be playing coverage more. Even Terrell Suggs, he rushes off the edge, but he also drops in coverage. So I have Lurk Artist on him, and this allows you, if you're playing dime or nickel, to leave these linebackers on the field as well. So Lurk Artist just basically gives these guys really good jumping animations to go up, high point the football, and make plays, and that is something they would not be able to do if they didn't have it. So that's what I recommend on linebackers who are playing coverage 100%. Then along the D line, there's really 2 different abilities I'll use. I'll use either edge threat or edge threat elite, really just aiming for one you can get for really low AP. So I have it on Derek Thomas right here. I usually like to have it on at least one of my guys, and then that way, if they're not running any abilities on their tackles, you're going to get a ton of easy pressure, and basically, you know, you'll get automatic wins on the edge when you're only rushing 4, and you know, you can cause a ton of pressure. So Derek Thomas, he's one of my D ends in nickel or dime, and then he'll rush off the edge in 3-4. So, you know, I think I definitely recommend at least having one of those. Then the last ability that I really recommend is inside stuff. Now I'm running that on both of my D tackles. So I have it on Jalen Carter and David Bakhtiari. And basically, if I'm playing MUT and what I'm going to aim for with my D tackles, I'm not going to spend a ton of money on them, ton of coins. I'm aiming for at most 1 AP. I think there might be somebody you can get 0 AP for inside stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, but 1 AP, you can get Bakhtiari for like set 80, not even expensive, like 100,000 coins. If you play Mud a lot, that's like nothing. But yeah, 1 AP on both these guys. That's a total of 2 AP. If you're playing nickel and dime, you're gonna have 2 D tackles on the field. They're gonna blow up the run. If you're playing a 3-4, I recommend having it just move one of your D tackles to defensive end on your 3-4. Now, what this does, basically, it gives you automatic sheds in the run game. You're gonna blow up runs, and it's just gonna make it way more difficult to run the ball up the middle, especially if you're running 2. You can cause a ton of havoc. So those are really the abilities, guys, I recommend. Deep out KO, you know, I also am running pick artist, you know, on a few guys. If you can get it for 0 AP and add it onto those guys, you can. Like, I have 0 AP on Witherspoon and Ronnie Lott right now. Pick artist can be good just to make sure you're going to catch the football. But really, deep out or deep zone KO, pick artist, or sorry, lurk artist, edge threat, I like to get it on 1 guy, and inside stuff on 2. That is what I recommend. That is going to be really the abilities we're going to be using for the Ravens defense we have upcoming. Or if you want to run my Georgia defense, I really recommend those abilities and just get them on as many of your guys as you can. And here's a look at my lineup once again, if you guys want to check it out. So like I said, guys, there's a new video up on YouTube right now. I kind of trying something new on YouTube. I want to add more smaller, less edited videos that are, instead of breaking down a scheme every time, are more breaking down smaller aspects within Madden. So this was just like a match coverage tip video. You know, so I want to start doing videos like that maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, because my normal videos take forever to make. Like, between me and my editor, it takes us about it takes us about 3 days to make one of those videos. Like, that's just the editing process, plus all the scripting, playing all the games, everything. So it basically takes a whole week of just dedicated to that to make one of those videos. So, you know, I want to add more, just smaller, easier to digest, quicker videos that, you know, I can get out a little faster. We're still doing the full schemes and everything, but just I want to add these on top of it as well. So definitely go check that out, guys. And like I said, new Ravens defense dropping this week. Also have the playbooks up, guys. If you want to check out the playbooks, the new playbooks are up for the Mount Rushmore offense that we just wrapped up. And if you look on YouTube, I have a 3-hour gameplay where I go through 11 games using the Mount Rushmore offense and the Georgia Bulldogs defense, so you can see me using it live and, you know, just really trying to play, you know, through a whole bunch of games and live commentary with the scheme. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely look at that as well. So that is it, guys. New Ravens defense coming real soon. Be on the lookout for it. That is it. King Reggie out.